Sometimes the magic works. You guys ever jump off the garage? Don't you remember your mother saying, "Don't jump off the garage, you're going to break your neck"? Maybe not. Old with a flour sack cape tied all around his neck. He climbed up on the garage, he's figuring what the heck. Screwed his carriage up so tight that the whole thing come unwound. He got a running start and bless his heart, he headed for the ground. Well, he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your cape. Now he's all grown up with a flour sack cape tied all around his dreams. And he's full of piss and vinegar and he's busting at the seams. So he licked his finger and then he checked the wind. It's gonna be do or die. He wasn't scared of nothing, boys. He's pretty sure he could fly. Well, he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your cape. He's old and gray with a flour sack cape tied all around his head. And he's still jumping off the garage and will be till he's dead. All these years the people said he's acting like a kid. He did not know he could not fly, so he did. Well, he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your cape. Yeah, he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your cape. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your cape. Thank you. The light guy got here yet? I'm going to make this kind of fairly informal, as you've probably already guessed. I've had a lot of experience at that. If there's anything you'd like to hear that I, by chance happen to remember, I'll be more than happy to do it. We'll just kind of muddle through here. Anybody got a pistol? Pack up all your dishes, make note of all good wishes, and say goodbye to the landlord for me. That son of a bitch has always bored me. Throw out them LA papers, molded box of vanilla wafers. Adios to all this concrete, gonna get me some dirt road back street. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought, and here's to you, old skinny Dennis, the only one I think I will miss. I can hear an old bass singing, sweet and low like a gift you're bringing. Play it for me one more time now. Got to give it all we can now. I believe everything you're saying, just you keep on playing. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought, and you put the pink card in the mailbox. Leave the key in that old front door lock. They'll find it likely as not. I'm sure there's something we have forgot. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry, babe. Love's a gift that's surely handmade. We got something to believe in, and don't you think it's time we're leaving? If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Well, Susanna and I used to live in this little apartment out in Los Angeles, California. Very weird place. It's like they went out there and they dug up everything that grew naturally. They came back and they covered all that with concrete. And they came back, cut holes in the concrete to plant stuff. Suspicions confirmed. Pack up all your dishes, make note of all good wishes, and say goodbye to the landlord for me. That son of a bitch has always bored me. Well, let's see here. How about a love song? Excuse me. It's a true love song, a tender ballad. There ain't nothing in the world that I like better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, get you a ripe one, do not get a hard one. Plant 'em in the spring, eat 'em in the summer. All winter without 'em's a culinary bummer. I forget all about the sweating and digging every time I go out and pick me a big 'un. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. No picket guy. You can go out to eat, and that's for sure, but it's nothing a homegrown tomato won't cure. Put 'em in a salad, put 'em in a stew, make your very own tomato juice. You can eat 'em with eggs, you can eat 'em with gravy, eat 'em with beans, pinto or navy. Put 'em on the side, put 'em in the middle, put a homegrown tomato on a hot cake griddle. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Burn it up, burn it up, burn it up. Now if I was to change this life I lead, I'd be Johnny Tomato Seed, 'cause I know what this country needs is homegrown tomatoes in every yard you see. When I die, don't bury me in a box in a cemetery. Out in the garden would be much better, and I could be pushing up homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Jazz. All right, now look out, Chet. Well, as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot to amuse me. Y'all either. Oh, dear. Well, have you thought of anything yet? Or am I going to have to do this all by myself? Just what I thought. Can't understand. Now, see, there's one I heard, but I don't remember it. Well, Lord. Okay, I can remember that one. Matter of fact, I'll just do my whole D suite. About 15 years ago, I got real taken with retuning the guitar like this and wrote 4 or 5 songs in this tuning, and until I figured out what a pain in the ass it is to retune your guitar on stage. So now I retune the guitar once and I do all the D songs, hence my D period, or my D suite, if you will. Now he washed all the red dirt from his face and from his neck and sat down at her table. She picked up his check and she took him home for reasons she did not understand. Him, he knew the answers, but he did not show his hand. For him, he knew the taste of this wine very well. It all goes down so easy, but the next day is hell. got drunk, she whispered in the shower while he lay there and smoked his way there through the final hour. And she felt wholly empty, like she'd felt it every time. And he was feeling just the same, except he's trying to make it rhyme. The time was of the essence, so they both did their best to meet up in the kitchen, feeling fully dressed. And she just had to go to work, he just had to go. She knew where and he knew how to blow it off. And so they shot the breeze quite cavalier to the boiling of the pot, and sang the instant coffee blues and never fired a shot. And he hit the driveway with his feelings in a case, and her she hit the stoplight and touched up her face. So you tell him the difference between caring and not, and that is all done with mirrors, lest they forgot. I said it's all done with mirrors, of which they have none, to blend the instant coffee blues into the morning sun. Is the sound guy here? Yeah, I'd just like to have a little more guitar up here. Is that possible? I don't know, man. I'm trying to get the lights fixed. All I want is to be able to hear. Okay, continuing on with the D Suite. My favorite song. This is a song about 10 seconds in a woman's life. Not that 10 seconds. And I play the... No, that's the wrong song. Oh. This is a song about 10 seconds in a woman's life. She's standing on the gone side of leaving. She found a thumb and stuck it in the breeze. She'll take anything, going close to somewhere. She can lay it down and live it like she please. 'Cause she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, that's for sure. Well, the wind had its way with her hair, and the blues had their way with her smile. But she had a way of her own, just like prisoners have a way with a fire. And she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. She ain't going home, that's for sure. not sitting down crying on her suitcase. She had no second thoughts by the road. She's got feelings that need some repairing, and she did not give a damn that it showed. 'Cause she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere she can't breathe. She ain't going home, and that's for sure. No, she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere she can't breathe. She ain't going home, that's for sure. No, she ain't going home, that's for sure. They're just not going to listen to me, are they? Well, I heard an interesting little piece of wisdom the other day. You know, it's the early bird that gets the worm, but it's the second mouse that gets the cheese. This is a song about the first time I ever saw a streamlined train. And it happened in a little town where I was born out in West Texas called Monahans. It was out between Pecos and nowhere. And I never forgot it. I mean, it was like a moonshot or a shuttle launch or something. I mean, the whole town turned out. Train didn't stop or nothing. Well, we all went down there anyway. You thought I wasn't paying attention, didn't you? Now, being 6 years old, I had seen some trains before, so it's hard to figure out what I'm at the depot for. Trains are big and black and smoking steam, screaming at the wheels, bigger'n anything is. At least that's the way she feels. Trains are big and black and smoking, louder than July 4, but everybody's acting like this might be something more than just picking up the mail. They're the soldiers from the war. There's something that even old man Wildman never seen before. It's a late afternoon on a hot Texas day. Something strange is going on and we is all in the way. Well, there's 50 or 60 people. They're just sitting on their cars. And the old men left their dominoes and they come down from the bars. Ooh, and everybody's checking. Old Jack Kittrell check his watch, and us kids put our ears to the rails to hear 'em pop. So we already noted when they finally said train time, you'd have thought that Jesus Christ himself was rolling down the line. Those things got real quiet. Mama jerked me back, not before I'd got the chance to lay a nickel on the track. Woo! Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. never even stopped. She left 50 or 60 people still sitting on their cars, and they're wondering what it's coming to and how it got this far. Oh, but me, I got a nickel smashed flatter than a dime by a mad dog runaway red silver streamline train. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Woo! Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Maybe just a little more guitar up here, and my monitor's for me. It's a song I wrote with a friend of mine named Rodney Crowell. I got an old blue shirt and it suits me just fine. I like the way it feels, so I wear it all the time. I got an old guitar, won't ever stay in tune. I like the way it sounds in a dark and empty room. I got an old pair of boots and they fit just right. Well, I can work all day and I can dance all night. I got an old used car, runs just like a top. Get the feeling it ain't ever gonna stop. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, the kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. I got a pretty good friend who's seen me at my worst. He can't tell if I'm a blessing or a curse, but he always shows up when the chips are down. Well, that's the kind of stuff I like to be around. Stuff that works and stuff that holds up, kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. I got a woman I love, she's crazy and paints like God. She's got a playground sense of justice, she won't take odds. I got a tattoo with her name right through my soul, and I think everything she touches turns to gold. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up, kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel, the kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Rita Ballou. Okay. I know both of those. Immigrant Eyes, I know that one. We have a winner. We have 4 winners. Oh, okay, that. Yeah, I've already talked to you. Yeah, I can remember that one. Okay, all right, now we're having. Get a little interaction here. There's a place growing up, I'll do this one that I remember first. Growing up in Texas, it's kind of hard to miss. It's called Garner State Park, and I'm sure there must be something similar around this area. The best explanation I can give you of it is kind of a adolescent proving ground. There's a lot you can learn at Garner State Park. She could dance that slow bandera, shuffle to some cowboy hustle. How she made trophy buckles shine, shine, shine. Wild-eyed Mexican silvered, tricking dumb old cousin Willard into thinking that he's got her this time. Hill country, honky-tonkin' Rita Ballou, every beer joint in town has played the fool for you. Backsliding, barrel riding, Rita Ballou ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. Well, she's a rawhide rope in a velvet mixture, walking, talking Texas texture, high time and barroom fixture kind of a girl. And she's the queen of the cowboy. Look at old Willard grinning now, boys. You'd have thought there's less fools in this world, but there wasn't. Hill country, honky-tonkin' Rita Ballou, every beer joint in town has played the fool for you. Backsliding, barrel riding, Rita Ballou ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. All right. So good luck, Willard, and here's to you. Here's to Rita, and I hope she'll do you right all night. Lord, I wish I was a fool in your 501s. Hill country, honky-tonkin' Rita Ballou, every beer joint in town has played the fool for you. Backsliding, barrel riding, Rita Ballou ain't a cowboy in Texas would not ride a bull for you. Well, it's time for a change. I'm tired of that same old thing, the same old words, the same old lines, the same old tricks, and the same old rhymes. It's days, precious days, and they roll in and out like waves. I got boards to bend, I got planks to nail, I got charts to make, I got seas to sail. I'm gonna build me a boat. With these two hands it'll be a fair curve from a no-boat plan. Let the chips fall where they will, but I've got boats to build. Our sails are just like wings, and the wind can make them sing songs of life, songs of hope, songs to keep your dreams afloat. I'm gonna build me a boat. With these two hands it'll be a fair curve from a no-boat plan. Let the chips fall where they will, but I've got boats to build. Shores, distant shores, and there's where I'm headed for. I got the stars to guide my way, sailing to the light of day. I'm gonna build me a boat. With these two hands it'll be a fair curve from a no-boat plan. Let the chips fall where they will, 'cause I'm gonna build me a boat. With these two hands it'll be a fair curve from a no-boat plan. Let the chips fall where they will, 'cause I've got boats to build. Thank you. Well, you guys have excellent taste. What was it somebody asked for? And I said I remembered it, and I would do it. Randall Knife, okay. Well, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. I have this collection of songs lovingly referred to as my old dead men songs. My father had a Randall knife. My mother gave it to him when he went off to World War II to save us all from ruin. Now, if you've ever held a Randall knife, you know my father well. And if a better blade was ever made, it was probably forged in hell. My father was a good man. He was a lawyer by his trade. Only once did I ever see him misuse the blade. Well, it almost cut his thumb off. When he took it for a tool, the knife was made for darker things. You could not bend the rules. He let me take it camping once on a Boy Scout jamboree. I broke a half an inch off trying to stick it in a tree. Well, I hid it from him for a while with a knife, and he were one. And he put it in his bottom drawer without a hard word one. And there it slept, and there it stayed for 20 some odd years, sort of like Excalibur, except waiting for a tear. My father died when I was 40, and I couldn't find a way to cry. Not because I didn't love him, not because he didn't try. Well, I'd cried for every lesser thing, for whiskey, pain, and beauty, but he deserved a better tear, and I was not quite ready. So we took his ashes out to sea, poured them off the stern, and in through the roses in the wake of everything we'd learned. And when we got back to the house, they asked me what I wanted. Not the law books, not the watch. I need the thing he's haunted. My hand burned for the Randall Knife there in the bottom drawer, and I found a tear for my father's life and all that it stood for. No. I mean, you just can't do those two back to back. I mean, it's obvious I use the same music, but you don't want to smear it in my face, right? Ah. To live is to fly. You got it. Coat from the cold, I'll do that too. Oh, wait, I got to do Immigrant Eyes. That's what I was trying to remember. All right. See? It's not all just chaos up here. Very close. Oh, Ellis Island was swarming like a scene from a costume ball, decked out in the colors of Europe and on fire with the hope of it all. There my father's own father stood huddled with a tired, hungry and scared turn of the century pilgrim, bound by the dream that they shared. They were standing in lines just like cattle, poked, sorted and shoved. Some are one desk away from sweet freedom, some are torn from someone they love. Through this sprawling tower of Babel come a young man confused and alone, determined and bound for America, carrying everything that he owned. In my grandfather's immigrant eye, I see that day reflected. I can't hold my feelings inside. I see starting with nothing, working hard all of his life. So don't take it for granted, say grandfather's immigrant eye. Now he rocks and stares out the window, but his eyes are still just as clear as the day he sailed through the harbor and come ashore on the island of tears. My grandfather's days are numbered, but I won't let his memory die, 'cause he gave me the gift of this country and the look in his immigrant eye. Sometime when I look in my grandfather's immigrant eye, I see that day reflected. I can't hold my feelings inside. I see starting with nothing and working hard all of his life. So don't take it for granted, say grandfather's immigrant eye. No, don't take it for granted, say grandfather's immigrant eye. I found comfort and courage in bottles of whiskey, but I swear to you, friend, that life, that's pretty risky. I backed away quickly from those that would burn me, stopped up my ears that no one should learn me. Well, the lady beside me is the one I have chosen to walk through my life like a coat from the cold. And I have flown like a bird from each cage that confined me, and broken every one of the ties that would bind me. I have danced me around some sad old situations, taken up my share of those sweet invitations. But the lady beside me is the one I chosen to walk through my life like a coat from the cold. to walk through my life like a coat from the cold. Thanks. There's a kind of a universal theme I think I've discovered. This could happen anywhere on the face of the earth. Probably in West Texas, but you know what I mean. Y'all ever heard of this country duet in America called Brooks and Dunn, the boot scooting boogie guys? I lovingly refer to this song as the antithesis of the boot scooting boogie. This is called Out in the Parking Lot, where the real shit happens. Now sitting on the fender of someone else's truck, drinking Old Crow whiskey and hot 7-Up out in the parking lot. Well, you can hear the band playing right through the wall. There ain't no cover charge, there ain't no last call out in the parking lot. Now there's a couple of cowpokes putting up their dukes. Wasn't much to it after both of them puked out in the parking lot. And then someone called the police, and the police finally came, and they wrote them a couple of tickets, and they took a couple of names out in the parking lot. Well, I love to see the neon dancing on the gravel. I love to hear the pickup trucks come unraveled. And some have given up, some have given in. Looks like everybody's looking for a friend out in the parking lot. Whoops, there's a couple who could not wait to get home. They're probably in love, so let's leave them alone out in the parking lot. And the band is on the bus, they're all loaded up to leave. But the drummer's got a girlfriend, and she's tugging at his sleeve out in the parking lot. Well, I love to see the neon dancing on the gravel. I love to hear the pickup truck come unraveled. And some have given up, some have given in. Looks like everybody's looking for a friend out in the parking lot. Now everybody's gone, they've shot out all the lights, and the dust begins to settle. And it's never been so quiet out in the parking lot. Okay. I remember this request. This is a song about a man who was kind of like my grandfather. Actually, he was my grandmother's boyfriend. That's what he was. And he was a wildcatter out in West Texas, and that means you drill oil wells just for the hell of it. You know, it doesn't really matter if you get anything. It's the sport of it all. But he's the guy that taught me how to whittle and spit and cuss and drive a car and sit up straight. And I play the Red River Valley, and he'd sit in the kitchen and he'd cry and run his fingers through 70 years of living and wonder, Lord, has every well I drill grown dry? We were friends, me and this old man, like desperados waiting for a train. Desperados waiting for a train. Well, he's a drifter and a driller of oil wells, and an old school man of the world. He taught me how to drive his car when he's too drunk to. Oh, and he'd wink and give me money for the girl. And our lives were like some old western movie, like desperados waiting for a train. Desperados waiting for a train. From the time that I could walk, he'd take me with him to a bar called the Green Frog Cafe. There was old men with beer guts and dominoes, oh, and they're lying about their lives while they'd play. And I was just a kid they all called his sidekick, like desperados waiting for a train. Desperados waiting for a train. And one day I looked up and he's pushing 80. Brown tobacco stains all down his chin. Well, and he's one of the heroes of this country. So why is he all dressed up like them old men? He's drinking beer and playing Moon and 42, like a desperado waiting for a train. Like a desperado waiting for a train. And the day before he died, I went to see him. And I was grown and he was almost gone. So we just closed our eyes and dreamed us up a kitchen, and sang another verse to that old song. Come on, Jack, the son of a bitch is coming. We're like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. Desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. Had a good friend named Towns Van Zandt. He was it. And someone asked for this song that he wrote. Words to live by, friends. Days up and down they come, like rain on a conga drum. Forget most, remember some, but don't turn none away. Everything is not enough, and nothing is too much to bear. Where you been is good and gone, all you keep is a getting there. What to live is to fly, both low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the sleep out of your eyes. We all got holes to fill, them holes are all that's real. Some fall on you like a storm, sometimes you dig your own. The choice is yours to make, time is yours to take. Some sail upon the sea, some toil upon the stone. Oh, to live is to fly, both low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the sleep out of your eyes. Goodbye to all my friends, it's time to go again. Think of all the poetry and the picking down the line. I'll miss the system here, the bottom's low and the treble's clear, but it don't pay to think too much on the things you leave behind. Oh, to live is to fly, both low and high. So shake the dust off of your wings and the sleep out of your eyes. Shake the dust off of your wings and the tears out of your eyes. Well, you guys have been more than kind about this whole thing. Thank you all so much for coming out. We've had a great time. Eric, Taylor. Austin, Texas. I'm gone down to save my soul, get that barbecue and chili, eat my fill and come back home. I'm gonna take my baby with me. We're gonna have a high old time. We're gonna eat till we get silly, sure to make a beer taste fine. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Whoa, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone from bumming. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Whoa, my mama, eat it every day if I could. I know a man that cook fried okra, beat anything that I ever saw. Man that cook cabrito, it must be against the law. We're gonna get the big old sausage, big old plate of ranch-style beans. I could eat the heart of Texas, we're gonna need some brand new jeans. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone from bubbling. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, alright. I know a man that cook armadillo, tastes so sweet he called it pie. I know a woman make pandoas, it tastes so good it get you high. Get them enchiladas greasy, get them steaks chicken fried, sure to make a man feel happy to see white gravy on the side. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Whoa, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone to bubbling. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could. Say, oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone from bubbling. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, alright. Thank you all very much. Thanks for coming out. We had a great time. Interesting little game we play with one another, huh? I have an agenda now. You guys really have been sweet, and thanks for having us. It's been really fun. Well, I wished I was in Austin. In the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you are. But here I sit in Dublin, just rolling cigarettes, holding back and choking back the shakes with every breath. So forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go, and I love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. I am just a poor boy. Work's my middle name. If money was a reason, well, I would not be the same. But I'll stand up and be counted. And I'll face up to the truth. I walk away from trouble, but I can't walk away from you. So forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults, and there's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. Shit, I loved you from the get-go, and I love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. Fort Worth, and I have been to Spain, and I have been too proud to come in out of the rain. And I have seen the David, I've seen the Mona Lisa too. And I have heard Doc Watson play Columbus Stockade Blues. So forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go, and I love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. Well, I wished I was in Austin, in the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you are. Thank you guys for coming. Had a great time. It was really sweet.
What a great evening. Let's hear it one more time. It's Guy Clark.
How about if I just buy y'all a drink instead? Okay, barkeep, set them up. Yeah, right. I thought you'd never ask. Oh, hell. Let him roll. Okay. Come from the heart. There's a good, positive, up kind of song. This song is written by my wife, Susanna, who's a marvelous songwriter, and a friend of ours named Richard Lee. Susanna's written big hits like I'll Be Your San Antone Rose and easy from now on, and I was kind of crazy then, and you're a hard dog to keep under the porch. One of my all-time favorites. And Richard Lee is a marvelous wooden boat builder and sailor, and not a bad songwriter himself. You know, he's the guy that wrote "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue," which he wrote about his dog, by the way. Little inside information. Of course, he didn't tell Crystal Gale that till a little later. Anyway, they went off to write one day, and they said, "We're going to write." And I said, "Okay." 45 minutes they came back, and they played this song for me, and it was just like, Jesus Christ. So I immediately learned it, you know, just to be associated with success, if not sleeping with it. And promptly went shopping for a red velvet jumpsuit and a riding mower. Figured I could get used to success. When I was a young man, my daddy told me a lesson he learned, it was a long time ago. If you want to have someone to hold on to, you're gonna have to learn to let go. You got to sing like you don't need the money, love like you'll never get hurt. You got to dance like nobody's watching. It's got to come from the heart if you want it to work. Now here's the one thing that I keep forgetting when everything is falling apart. Oh, in life as in love, you know I need to remember there's such a thing as trying too hard. You got to sing like you don't need money, love like you'll never get hurt. You got to dance like nobody's watching. You gotta come from the heart if you want it to work. You got to sing sometimes like you don't need money, love sometimes like you'll never get hurt. You got to dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching. Gotta come from the heart if you want it to work. Thank you. Damn, Martha, I thought he already played that one. He was a wino, tried and true, done about everything there is to do. He worked on freighters, and he worked in bars, and he worked on farms, and he worked on cars. Well, it was white port to put that look in his eye grown men get when they need to cry. We sat down on the curb to rest, and his head just fell down on his chest. He says every single day it gets just a little bit harder to handle, and yet. And then he lost the thread, and his mind got cluttered, and the words just rolled off down the gutter. Well, he was the elevator man in a cheap hotel in exchange for the rent on a one-room cell. He's old, years beyond his time, no thanks to the world and the white port wine. So he said, son, he always called me son. He said, life for you has just begun. And then he told me the story I'd heard before, how he fell in love with a Dallas whore. Now he could cut through the years to the very night that it ended in a whorehouse fight. She turned his last proposal down in favor of being a girl about town. Now it's been 17 years right in line, and he ain't been straight none of the time. It's too many days of fighting the weather, and too many nights of not being together. So he died. When they went through his personal effects, and among the stubs from the welfare checks was a crumbling picture of a girl and a door and an address in Dallas and nothing more. The welfare people provided the priest. The couple from the mission down the street sang Amazing Grace. No one cried except some lady in black way off to the side. We all left, and she's standing there in a black veil covering the silver hair. No one-eyed John said her name was Alice, and she used to be a whore in Dallas. So let him roll, Lord, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. Just you let him roll, Lord, let him roar. They always said that heaven was just a Dallas whore. Just you let him roar, Lord, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul.
Thank you all very much. Eric Taylor. Thanks for coming out.